Friends, have you ever thought that a small coin could actually change your life? There are many people around the world who once kept coins that were only worth a few cents or a couple of dollars, but today, those very same coins have become so rare that collectors pay millions of dollars for them. But before we begin this video, if you're new to our channel USA Old Coins, make sure to hit that subscribe button. This is the only channel where you'll get daily updates about coins that may look ordinary today, but in the future, they could turn into treasures worth millions. Friends, did you know that a small coin in your pocket could one day make you a fortune? Today, we're going to look at three classic American coins: the 1977, 1984, and 1989 quarter dollars, which may look ordinary, but in the world of collectors, they are true treasures. With the classic Washington portrait and the powerful eagle reverse, these coins carry history, art, and rare features, turning a simple quarter into a highly valuable collectible. So stay tuned, because we're going to show you their designs, mint marks, rare errors, and actual market value. And you might even discover that the next coin in your collection could be worth thousands of dollars. So let's get started, beginning with the 1977 quarter dollar. Let's start with the front side, also called the obverse in numismatic language. On the obverse of the 1977 quarter dollar, you can clearly see the portrait of George Washington, the very first president of the United States. His face carries a bold and serious expression, symbolizing leadership and dignity. Washington's portrait was first placed on the quarter in 1932 to honor his 200th birthday. Above the portrait, you'll find the word liberty, representing America's core value of freedom. On the left side of the portrait, you can read the phrase, "In God We Trust," a reflection of the nation's faith and identity. At the bottom center is the date 1977, clearly showing the year this coin was minted. So, the obverse side doesn't just display an image, it represents America's history and its values. Now let's look at the back side, also known as the reverse. On the reverse of the 1977 quarter dollar, there is a strong and majestic eagle sitting on a bundle of arrows. The eagle is a powerful symbol of America's strength, freedom, and readiness for defense. At the top, you'll see the words United States of America, and just below that is E pluribus unum, which means out of many, one, showing how many states unite to form one nation. At the bottom, the words quarter dollar show the denomination of the coin. Collectors consider this design a classic because the eagle has always been a proud and timeless American symbol. The history of the 1977 quarter dollar is also important. This coin is part of the Washington quarter series, first introduced in 1932 and continuing until 1998. The series was created to honor George Washington's 200th birthday, and the design became so popular that it lasted for decades. In 1977, quarters were struck at three different mints: Philadelphia, which has no mint mark; Denver, with the D mark; and San Francisco, which produced proof coins with an S mark, made especially for collectors. That's why a 1977S proof quarter can be more valuable than the regular circulation coins. But what makes this coin even more exciting are the rare minting errors. Some of these errors can turn an ordinary coin into one worth thousands of dollars. Examples include double die errors, where the letters or portrait appear doubled; off-center strikes, where part of the design is missing; clipped planchets, where a piece of the coin is cut off; die cracks that leave unusual lines; and weak strikes, where the design looks faint or faded. The rarer the error, the higher the value, and collectors are always willing to pay extra for such unique pieces. So, how much is a 1977 quarter dollar worth? In normal circulated condition, it's worth just 25 cents the face value. Even today, you can easily find them in change. However, in uncirculated condition, meaning the coin looks fresh and untouched, it can be worth a few dollars, sometimes even up to $20 or $30. But if your coin has one of those rare minting errors, the value can shoot up dramatically. In auctions, such coins have sold anywhere from $500 to $5,000, and in some special cases, even more. Proof coins from the San Francisco Mint also hold higher demand among collectors. Collectors love the 1977 quarter dollar for several reasons. It carries the classic Washington design. The eagle on the reverse is one of the most iconic American symbols. Coins from the 1970s are now considered vintage, and the possibility of rare errors makes them even more desirable. All of these reasons explain why collectors all over the world want to add this coin to their collection. So, friends, today you learned that the 1977 quarter dollar is not just an ordinary coin. Because of its design, history, and the rare errors that sometimes occur, it can be a hidden treasure. Now, let's move on to the 1984 quarter dollar. The 1984 quarter dollar features the familiar portrait of George Washington, the first president of the United States. Washington's face is depicted with a bold, dignified expression, symbolizing leadership and respect. This iconic portrait has been on the quarter since 1932, originally to commemorate his 200th birthday. Above Washington's portrait, you can see Liberty, representing the principle of freedom in America. To the left of the portrait, the phrase "In God We Trust" is inscribed, symbolizing faith and national identity. At the bottom center, the year 1984 is displayed, clearly showing when the coin was minted. The obverse side is more than just a portrait. It reflects the values and history of the United States. On the reverse side, the 1984 quarter dollar displays a majestic eagle perched on arrows. The eagle represents strength, freedom, and preparedness. Key values of the nation. Above the eagle, the bold letters read United States of America, and just below, E pluribus unum, meaning out of many, one, symbolizing the unity of the states. At the bottom, the coin is labeled quarter dollar, showing its denomination. The eagle on the reverse side has become a classic American coin design, representing pride, courage, and national symbolism. Series and mint marks. The 1984 quarter dollar belongs to the Washington quarter series, which continued from 1932 through 1998. The 1984 coins were minted at 3 locations: Philadelphia Mint No Mint Mark, Denver Mint D Mark, San Francisco Mint S Mark proof coins. Philadelphia and Denver produced coins for general circulation, while San Francisco produced proof coins for collectors. Proof coins, especially from the S Mint, are highly sought after. Rare errors. The 1984 quarter dollar is also known among collectors for rare minting errors, which can dramatically increase a coin's value. Some common errors include double die error, letters or the portrait appear doubled; off-center strike, the design is misaligned; clipped planchet, part of the coin is missing; die cracks, cracks or lines that are not part of the original design; weak strike, the design is faint or partially missing. Coins with these rare errors can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on rarity and condition. Value. The value of a 1984 quarter dollar depends on its condition and rarity. In circulated condition, it's worth 25 cents. If uncirculated, the value can range from $2 to $15. Rare error coins or proof. Coins from San Francisco can fetch $500 or more in auctions. Why collectors love it? Collectors value the 1984 quarter dollar because it continues the classic Washington quarter design. The eagle reverse is iconic and timeless. Coins from the 1980s are now considered vintage. Rare errors make certain coins highly collectible. These qualities make the 1984 quarter dollar a must-have for collectors worldwide. And now, let's talk about the third coin, the 1989 quarter dollar. The 1989 quarter dollar features the classic portrait of George Washington, the first president of the United States. His face is shown with a bold and dignified expression, symbolizing leadership, integrity, and respect. This iconic portrait has been on the quarter since 1932, originally minted to honor Washington's 200th birthday. Above Washington's portrait, the word liberty is clearly inscribed, representing the core American value of freedom. To the left of the portrait is the phrase "In God We Trust," reflecting the nation's faith and principles. At the bottom center, the year 1989 is engraved, indicating the coin's minting year. The obverse is not just a portrait. It represents American history, values, and national pride. On the reverse side, the 1989 quarter dollar features a strong and majestic eagle perched on arrows, symbolizing freedom, power, and readiness. Above the eagle, the bold letters read United States of America, and just below the eagle is E pluribus unum, which means out of many, one, highlighting the unity of the states into one nation. At the bottom, the coin is marked $quarter, indicating its denomination. The eagle design on the reverse side is considered classic and iconic, representing strength and national pride for collectors and history enthusiasts alike. Series and mint marks. The 1989 $quarter is part of the Washington Quarter series, which ran from 1932 to 1998. The 1989 coins were minted at 3 locations: Philadelphia Mint No Mint Mark, Denver Mint D Mark, San Francisco Mint S Mark proof coins. Philadelphia and Denver produced coins for general circulation, while San Francisco produced proof coins specifically for collectors, which are more valuable and highly sought after. Rare errors. The 1989 $quarter also has rare minting errors that can make certain coins extremely valuable. Collectors have identified several notable errors, including double die error, letters or the portrait appear doubled; off-center strike, the coin design is misaligned; clipped planchet, a portion of the coin is missing; die cracks, lines or cracks appear that are not part of the original design; weak strike, the design appears faint or incomplete. Coins with these errors can fetch hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on rarity and condition. Value. The value of a 1989 $quarter depends on its condition and rarity. In circulated condition, it's worth 25 cents. If uncirculated, it can range from $2 to $15. Rare error coins or proof. Coins from San Francisco can sell for $500 or more in auctions. Why collectors love it? Collectors value the 1989 $quarter because it continues the classic Washington Quarter design. The eagle reverse is timeless and iconic. Coins from the 1980s are now considered vintage collectibles. Rare mint errors make certain coins highly desirable. These factors make the 1989 $quarter a must-have coin for collectors worldwide. If you want, I can also make scripts for 1984, 1989, and 1977 together in a ready-to-record YouTube format with smooth transitions and emphasis cues for narration, so you can upload them as separate videos or a series. Friends, as we've seen today, these $quarter 1977, 1984, and 1989 are far more than just ordinary coins. Each coin tells a story: the classic Washington portrait, the iconic eagle reverse, and the rich history of America captured in every detail. What makes these coins truly special is that they can have rare errors, which can turn an ordinary coin into a treasure worth thousands of dollars. Errors like double die and off-center strikes make each coin unique and highly valuable for collectors. Whether you have a coin in circulated condition, uncirculated, or a proof coin with a rare error, these coins are not just collectibles, they are pieces of history, art, and opportunity. So keep an eye on your collection, take care of your coins, and remember, even a small $quarter, whether from 1977, 1984, or 1989, could one day become a source of big earnings. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and share. And if you're new here, make sure to subscribe and click the bell icon so you never miss an update on rare and collectible coins.